we go. Alright everyone, good morning. Today we're going to be watching a TvP between 2 plus 2 equals 5, which is not true by the way. I'm a physics major, so I can pretty much say that with certainty. And his brother, supermahon. Both of them are high platinum, Xel'Naga Caverns. Should be a good game. Let's download this replay real quick and launch StarCraft. Get involved. Get in the game, you know what I mean? I'm thinking about posting a thing up on Team Liquid about this casting thing that I've got going on, but I want to know what you guys think about that. Is that a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Should I wait? How's that gonna go? You know? Let me know what you think. I crave feedback. I crave it like something that I crave. So hit me up on Twitter or in the thread. You know, whatever you feel like. Move this microphone around a little bit. There we go. Hopefully, some of you guys watched the CSL matches that I casted with Stick the other day. That was really good fun. All right, here we go. It's our game, Xel'Naga Caverns. We've got supermahon, the pink Protoss, in the bottom left, and 2 plus 2 equals 5, aka RodBarajas, the green Terran on the top right. This is a really kind of a horrible map for TvP, I think, because actually taking and securing this expansion is so difficult for Terran, since you've got 2 and possibly 3 avenues of attack, so you have to put bunkers all around your natural here to prevent Protoss units from being able to get up behind your mineral line or force their way up into the main. It's a wide surface area. It's already really hard to hold Protoss pressure on a fast expansion when you only have like a narrow choke like this kind of space. So having to cover 2 of these plus a side route is extremely difficult. We'll just have to see what they go for, but I think that's why 1-1-1 openings are so popular on this map in particular. This map kind of forces Terran to do very aggressive openings. Gateway on 12, barracks on 12. Everything's looking pretty standard so far. Nobody's going to attempt any kind of cheese in this game. This probe is going to go in, do a circuit, and go back out. Alright. I'm kind of a fan of leaving your scouting probe in until around 310 when that first Marine pops out, so you can keep as much of an eye on the gas timings as possible. And there is no gas for 2 plus 2 equals 5, which leads me to suspect that he's going to do a 1 Rax gasless fast expand. And again, it's really difficult to hold that on this map, I think. So, not the opening I necessarily would have gone with, but that's because I am a coward. Orbital command, 1 Marine. Pretty quick on that, I like that. It's just he's got some fast fingers. Meanwhile, Cybernetics Core still on 1 gas for supermahon. That's fine. If he gets another one with the next 2 supply, we'll know what's up. If not, he'll be going for it. And there's the command center. Nice for 2 plus 2 equals 5. Definitely want to be building this inside your base, especially on this map. Ooh, is he going to get the probe kill? No, he's not. Good try, though. Still no second gas, which to me would indicate that we're going to see an expansion. Like a 1 gas, 1 gate fast expand from supermahon. And judging by the movement of this probe, I think that I am correct. Okay, so both players opting for a very greedy fast expansion. Both players aware that their counterparts are up to that. Warp gate being chronoed out, it's a good thing to see. Throwing down 2 more barracks, this is a really smart play. You want to maximize your Marine production as fast as possible when you do a 1 Rax gasless, because you'll need these units to hold off, especially like a 3 gate expansion from Protoss. You'll need units very quickly so you don't get overrun. And as well as potential like 2 base timings, like a 6 gate or a 5 gate robo or something like that. To 4 barracks, that's good. This is what Morrow used to do in the beta in TvP, was he would 1 Rax gasless fast expand, and he'd throw down like 4 or 5 new barracks and just mass Marines. And with bunkers, you could hold any kind of immortal timing to come and kill your expansion. You could hold like a gateway pressure really easily. But then people started, oh, that's cool. I like this little offensive bunker here. That's a really cool play, really smart. I didn't notice it going down, but if you can get these Marines in there, that'll be a real hassle for a supermahon to take care of. Anyway, what happened was people figured out that they could rush a Colossus if they saw that happening, and... Ooh, was he spotted? He is spotted. Oh no, get in the bunkers, dude. Don't fight the stalkers. Well, that was a needless death. But 2 Marines in there, that's really nice. Can hop out and repair this bunker. Anyway, people can rush Colossus against this particular opening and completely annihilate it. Because the Marines just can't stand up to the range of the Colossus. So I don't think this bunker's going to go down. We've got a robo and 3 extra gates, so supermahon's in pretty good shape. He's got his gas going now, engineering bay for quick upgrades. He's pumping out Marines. That's always good. Marines are a really good unit, so if he pops out, repairs his bunker, it's going to definitely live to these 2 stalkers. And with this cluster of Marines coming in here, he could potentially kill a few of these, since these gateways are quite late in coming up. Oh man. One stalker goes down. And the Zealot probably also going to get taken out. Hop in the bunker there. Nice. Putting some real pressure on this, but I think the Immortal, along with another round of warpins from these 2 gateways, is going to shut this down. But still, I like the aggressive play. It's really, really good to put pressure on your opponent as much as you can. And this is pretty cheap pressure for 2+2 = 5. It's not costing him a whole lot to do. I would like to see him shoot this Immortal though, rather than the Zealots, because this was really doing damage. And I appreciate trying to focus down this Nexus. It's not going to die, I don't think. But something you can do, since you took it down to almost dead, is you can come in later with a drop, like with 2 Marauders, and just power it down as quickly as possible. And that'll set you up well. And one thing that he should have been doing this whole time was taking this orbital and moving it down here. And also keeping up on SCV production, because he's only got 20 SCVs with 2 command centers. And I'm not sure why he's moving these 5, because he doesn't have this saturated, so it's not like he's going to have any more efficient... Oh, I guess he's really worried about counterattack, but if he was, why wouldn't he keep holding the towers to see when it was coming up? I mean, look at the income disparity here. Like, that was a really good pressure that definitely set the Protoss player back for almost nothing, and gave you an opportunity to safely expand, but instead of taking that advantage, he's like fallen way behind, except for those mules that he just dropped. But if you subtract the mules out, he's way behind in harvesters, he's way behind in income. So definitely a mistake. From 2+2 = 5, he should have kept units at the watchtowers, and that would have allowed him to actually see if pressure was coming. And then he could have held SCVs and built bunkers at the ramp. But he needs to move this down to its natural expansion as soon as possible, because he's, despite the mules, which he was saving up, is way behind. I mean, look at the supply difference, right? It's gigantic. So, Twilight Council tech, okay. Yeah, mules are pretty ridiculous, but you can look at this crazy income all you want. The thing is that it's such inconsistent income that he's still behind like 20 supply to a Protoss, and he doesn't have the production to actually keep up with that much mineral income. So the observer's here, knows what's going on. I like the reactor switch for the starport. Start making medevacs. Drops are really good. Finally floating this down. It's way late. 10 minutes and 25 seconds is super late to be putting down your expansion like that. Meanwhile, this guy is basically just chronoing probes, getting charge. He could stand there to throw down 3 or 4 more gateways, I think. 2 more barracks. That's a good play. 3 more barracks. That's a very good play. I like the +1. I like the stim and the combat shields and the concussive shells. He's got still not fully saturated here because he only has 27, 28 SCVs. So, and he needs to be routing these back here because he's not saturated. Also badly supply blocked, but I like the idea of the drop. That's going to be really cool. 2 full medevacs, mostly Marines. And the thing is that 2+2 = 5 has no map presence right now. Like if you look at his player vision, he has no idea what's going to be coming for him. And so using half of your army in a drop like this will do, Kevin. It's super, super dangerous because you're splitting up like all the units you need to defend, and it's very possible that an attack was coming, which in this case it was. So it's just going to be a matter of if you can get this wall up, it's a good call, and how much damage this drop can do in the back. More units coming up for supermahon. Got a 20 supply lead, but this drop is going to wreak havoc because it's going to basically force him to go in. Ooh, and then bad rally point for medavacs. That sucks. But split army here. He just needs to hold this, really, and he'll be fine. Because if he takes out all the production for supermahon, he'll be in good shape. Looks like he's forcing him to retreat. Excellent. Take on 7 export, get these few more pylons out, kill these zealots. Nice moving around, getting the marauder to take most of the shots, kiting those zealots is good. Alright, so now he knows that the army has come back. Is he going to lift up half of it and fly away? Looks like he is, that's very smart. Hopefully he's not going to try to drop here, he should just leave, come back later when there aren't any units to guard. That was an extremely good drop by 2 + 2 = 5. And it just goes to show that even if you do sacrifice your defensive position, if you can be aggressive enough and try to force the base trade, you can cause your opponent to retreat. And really, trying to fight up this ramp would have been extremely dangerous and would have taken a long time for supermahon, so I think he made the right call in coming back. But what he needs are Colossus or High Templar at this point to take out those bio units. I don't think he's got any of that going on right now. Mostly just blink, no upgrades. So, still both players really low in harvesters. Definitely need to be paying more attention to making those as much as you can. And again, I'm sure I've talked about this before, but keeping yourself on a cycle of tabbing through all of your production facilities, which it seems that these guys are pretty good at doing when they're not actually fighting, is a great idea. So, nice force fields. Cutting this whole half of the army off is really good, but unfortunately, shooting at the Nexus a bit, shooting at the Marines with the Immortals, not going to be a very cost-effective engagement. This next wave of Zealots should clean up though. You definitely want to focus firing the Marauders with your Immortals, not shooting at the Marines. It's a difference of 30 damage per shot, that's a big deal. So, ramp. Try and kill this command center, try to disrupt the mining there, that's good. So definitely an economic lead for supermahon here. He successfully disrupted mining. These zealots are really, really good at killing Marines. I mean, look at that, it's ridiculous. Once you get clumped up on the ramp, obviously you're in good shape though. So yeah, supermahon can just keep warping units in out of these. I think he's got 6. Yeah, 6 gateways. And without much economy, because these are almost mined out, there's no way that 2 + 2 = 5 can match this kind of production. I think it's curtains. This game goes on for another 7 minutes, which I'm honestly quite surprised about. But it should be curtains for our Terran player here. Another drop, always good to stay aggressive, taking the watchtowers, realizes there's a lot of dudes there, and supermahon's going in for the kill, splits up his army in a bad way, it's not too good. I probably would have made more zealots, not as many stalkers against this marine marauder composition, because stalkers die really quick, and they don't do much damage, so what the hell happened there? I guess he put him on hold position by accident or something? That was nasty. A lot of free shots. So this drop coming in the back, gonna kill some probes, but 1 round of warpins will clean it up. All these SCVs are getting killed. These medevacs were rallied to the right spot finally, but you can't sustain production out of these many barracks without being able to mine from the space, and this orbital is definitely gonna die. So he's only got a few hundred minerals left, and then he's completely out of money. But he did manage to kill off this Nexus because supermahon apparently wasn't paying attention and didn't warp units in. Like I said, since this was really weakened in the first place, it definitely gives you an opportunity to pick it off really easily with a drop later. So you just blink that guy out of there. Now this drops him trying to kill stuff in the main. Wow. Where is he warping units in? I guess he was warping them up here. Yikes. Man, just one drop dealt some incredible damage. Good probes around, except that you blocked one of your own zealots from getting in there, which is kind of bad. But yeah, that brought it down to really actually kind of an even game all of a sudden, when it really shouldn't have been. If you had just done one warp in here of basically anything, you could have killed this drop off and saved the Nexus. Multitasking, that's what it's all about. So we're going to float over. We're going to float over and start mining from the natural. This is a make or break because all he's really got is this force. Doesn't have a whole lot of money to build more dudes. Isn't actively mining. And no forward pylon up here, so he can't add units. And I guess DT's clever, but he really needs to add that Nexus because he's almost mined out of his main. Only a few hundred minerals there, so he can't really afford to commit to an attack and lose this army. Otherwise he could risk losing the game, which means that it gives a chance for RodBarajas to come back. Abandoning the watchtower, not really a great move, but should have been holding it with a marine anyway. I don't think these people know that they're gonna, let's see, are they gonna see each other? He saw a brief flicker and he saw the watchtower go up, but I don't know if he actually was paying attention or not. So for some reason supermahon's army is hanging out on the right side of the map instead of like defending this all-important Nexus or putting pressure on or anything useful. I don't know what his thinking was there, but he's gonna lose this Nexus. It's gonna have to be cancelled. Cancel. Okay, good. It's gonna be cancelled, but unfortunately that's gonna put him so far behind in terms of mining because there's all this going on that I would be very surprised if supermahon found a way to come back from this game. A lot of his army is getting taken out here, and he's all left with 2 Stalkers and 2 Immortals. He has to distance mine his way into being able to get this Nexus. That's how poor he is. So, meanwhile, our Terran player continuing to add SCVs, continuing to produce, has another orbital command now. Definitely in a great position to win this game. Oh, warped in DTs instead of getting a Nexus. This is all in. Let's see, all we've got are scans, which he'll have 2 of by the time these DTs get here. It'll be a question of if he uses them on mules immediately or not. Oh, and he shows his hand. So there's going to be scans right now on all 3 of these DTs, and they're all going to die. No, maybe not. Okay, but there are 2 scans now saved up. So he needs to split these guys into... Oh, he got spotted on the ramp. All of them get spotted. Let's see if we can get out of that scan. But unfortunately, he's out of that scan and right into another one. He should have split those DTs up. Probably shouldn't have showed his hand on the army anyway. Yep, and there's the GG. Alright, so... Yeah, I mean, a couple of turning points in this game where the not floating the command center while the pressure was going on down here definitely needed to take an economic advantage when you were keeping the Protoss player basically contained on one base. Second turning point was the drop that did so much damage back here, made the game even from that original mistake by the Terran player. And then despite all that, Protoss easily could have won, but neglected warp-ins back here at the natural to save it from the drop, and ended up losing all of his economy. So, you know, it's mostly just about these players need to make more workers than they do, and they need to be more aggressive about taking third bases and second bases, and that'll turn them into, that'll do well for them to prioritize making a larger, more powerful economy. Because, I mean, the production was good for both players. They had enough, like, gateways and robotic facilities and things. Like, it wasn't that they weren't spending their money, they just didn't have enough money to spend. So, anyway, would like to speak to me, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and I'll catch you guys later.